Hey Onda, thanks for watching Doing Life with Jenny. If you're new here, in June of 2023, I moved from St. Louis in the US to Mexico to the state of Hidalgo. Semi, the black lab, is here helping me. The beagle Ruthie might join us later. Today's video is a recap of living in Mexico in 2024, plus my Christmas break, which will lead into the new year. So basically, the first half of 2024 was rough. Here comes the beagle. I was supposed to move into my house in 2023. I finally moved into it a year ago, January 2024. They still never came to finish it. I still don't have any doors on the kitchen cabinets. I'm still missing some baseboard, and there's nothing I can do about it because Mexico. Those kind of things are very common in Mexico. Even with established companies, it can happen. Also, this guy went through chemotherapy, so for about 3 months, I gave up my Friday to take him to chemo. It was about 75 US dollars per treatment, which isn't bad, but it is when it's for 3 months and you don't have a high income. If you've been around for a while, the land dispute finally got resolved. That will be the next video. I got very, very sick in May. So I went to all kinds of specialists. I had all kinds of tests run for them to find absolutely nothing. I almost guarantee it was because I was refilling my own garrafon, or like 5 gallon water jug, from like a refill station instead of swapping it out at the store. So maybe the refill station wasn't selling clean water or needed to clean their system and hadn't done so for a while. So I did get a little bit familiar with the healthcare system here. I do not have health insurance. So when I went to all of these specialists, I paid about 40 to 50 US dollars per visit. Coming from the US, I think that's very fair because $50, I actually think it was up to 60 when I left, was a copay for a specialist, on top of them already taking hundreds of dollars out of my paycheck for insurance. Speaking of health, my fibromyalgia has improved a lot since being here. I don't know if it's because usually my stress level is a lot lower here, although there have been several stressful events. And also, with it not getting as cold here as in the States, I think that has helped a lot too. I also learned the bus system a lot better. Previously, I was spending 32 pesos to get to my state's capital, and I was spending, oh my goodness, when I first moved here, it was like 185 pesos to get to Mexico City, but that company has jacked up their prices a lot. And then I learned if I don't take the bus from the bus station, but rather from this corner, there are more buses that pass by that corner, and a lot of them are a lot cheaper, so saving some money. I also learned I really, really like the food in the town next door. They make amazing tlacoyos, which, if you're not familiar, they're kind of like gorditas, but they're more shaped like a football. And the fillings are beans or potatoes, alberjones, which I'm not exactly sure what that is in English, but it's similar to chickpeas. And I just don't like the way they prepare them in my town, because in my town they always make it spicy, but like too spicy. And in that town, it's barely spicy or not spicy at all. My friends and I also made some donations to help some local dogs get spayed and neutered. So I checked a few places off of my like little travel bucket list. I went to Cuernavaca, Tlaxcala, and Morelia, and I made videos about each of those destinations. I started working out again. I started being a little bit more consistent, not lately, with playing my instruments. I also got a root canal. If I remember correctly, the root canal was like 100 US dollars. The fillings were 27 US dollars. A friend of mine that I met in Mexico moved to Mexico. She's not in the same city. She's about 4 hours away, so not close, but close enough to do like a little weekend trip to see each other. And by far the highlight of 2024 was meeting my boyfriend, Alex. He is truly amazing. Truly, truly, truly amazing. He's a bit of a private guy, so I won't tell you why I love Alex, but Yeah, and it was nice getting to experience a lot of what I mentioned with him. So moving on to Christmas break, which technically will take you a few days into 2025. For Christmas, I went to Alex's and his mom's house. I went to two of his I went to two of his shows. If you're new, he's a musician. We saw the lights in the center of his city, and we went to the movies and watched Mufasa. Then I came back home for a few days because I didn't want to leave the dogs with the sitter too many days in a row. And then I went back for New Year's. Again, I think it was also another two shows of his. One being a New Year's Eve show, and I was dying. If you know me, I go to bed at 8, like 9 o'clock is starting to be late for me. So for me to be at his show until midnight, and then by the time he packed up, and then we got back to him and his mom's house, it was so late. The next day we had a picnic at the park. Let's see, did we do anything else? No, the holidays were pretty chill. But when I came back from his house, he came home with me. We thought we were going to be stuck at home because they were supposed to come do some work at the house, but it ended up being postponed. So we took a day trip to Tula and saw the pyramids. In the days in between Christmas and New Year's, I refurbished this piece of furniture. I didn't really have a good spot to store my shoes. I need to finish painting it. It needs another coat, but this will give you an idea. Sorry, this video is a little late since I'm talking about 2024, but it's still January. It's just when I had time to finally sit down and record it, I got pretty sick. Not that I felt too bad, but it was my throat. And then also I was just really, really, really tired. So I hope everyone enjoyed the holiday season, and I hope everyone has an amazing 2025. Take care and see you in the next video.